Hello, this is That University, and I'm your host, Esme Vasquez. Welcome to Lesson 1, Basic HTML and CSS. So let's get started. So what is HTML and CSS? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, a standardized system for tagging text files to achieve font, color, graphic, and hyperlink effects on World Wide Web pages. CSS, on the other hand, stands for Cascading Style Sheets. It is a style sheet language used to describe the presentation of a document written in a markup language. In other words, HTML is used to write the content for the web, and CSS is used to style and change the appearance of that content. So you may be thinking to yourself, where is the HTML and CSS? The HTML and CSS are housed within a file system within the web page. The information loads when the web page is visited. To the left here is a file system. And as you can see, I have two files under the folder Practicing Basic Web Dev. One is index.html, which houses our HTML code, and the other is style.css, which houses our CSS code. For right now, I will be showing you the tags in the HTML code first. So right here is our index.html file. This file has a series of tags I will explain to you. Tags are just commands that we can use to write up content on the web page. They usually begin with an opening caret and end with a closing caret. The first tag on the page is our doc type tag. The doc type tag will declare which version of HTML we are using. In this case, we are using HTML5. The second tag on our page is an HTML tag, and this declares that all code within the opening and closing tag of this HTML tag are part of our HTML code. The next line is a comment. Comments are in gray and denoted with an opening caret, exclamation point, dashes, the text of the comment, more dashes, and a closing caret. On line 4 is a meta description. Meta descriptions are used by search engines to house keywords and other key content in order to rank websites. The next line is the link to our style sheet. This applies our CSS code to our HTML code, and I'll explain the style sheet in a couple minutes. Starting on line 8 of our code is our body tag. The body tag will contain all the markup for the website within its opening and closing tag. The difference between an opening and a closing tag is a slash. The closing tag will have a slash between the opening caret and the text declaration. On line 9, there is an H1 or a heading 1 tag. This is the largest heading on the page and is usually the title of the page. There should be only one H1 on every page. The next line of code on line 11 has a paragraph tag. The paragraph tag allows the coder to write text in a paragraph form on the website. On line 13 is an H2 tag, a smaller heading compared to the H1 tag, and on line 15 there's an H3 tag, an even smaller heading compared to the H2 tag. So then we come to the division or the div tag. This separates off sections of code that may be important. In this case, the div separates our bold, italics, and anchor tags. The bold tag will make the text within the tag bold, while the italics tag will make the text within the italics tag italicized. Finally, the anchor tag will allow us to attach links and files to the code. This anchor tag is a link to that company. Finally, there is a closing body tag and a closing HTML tag. So let's move over to the style.css and explore some CSS. So let's move over to the style.css by clicking on the top tab here. Within this sheet, we have tag declarations such as body and div, as well as selectors such as color and font size. Within these tags, CSS can change the style of the text. I'm going to set the font color for the body to black and the font size to 16. And for the div tag, I'm going to set the color to red and the font size to 20. As you can see, the sections of the code have changed. You may ask yourself, why is the div changing if part of it is in the body? Well, this is because the style sheet